What's up YouTube, Cheese here, and welcome to my new series, The Platinum Plays. This is a YouTube series where the public poses a question to me relating to Siege, strats, tips, and tricks. I will then do my best to answer providing gameplay alongside for demonstration and entertainment purposes. If you have a question and you would like answered, please leave it on the comments below or send me a Facebook or Twitter message. Thank you guys so much for all the support, and as always, most importantly, never forget, stay cheesy, boys. Alright, so before we get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to Mystic for posing our first question for the Platinum Plays. Thank you, Mystic. I really appreciate it, and I definitely am excited to get to your question. So, Mystic asks, how do you gain map knowledge the easiest way, and know exactly where your opponent is? And how would you go about solo queuing? Okay, so I know there's 3 questions here, not really one, but we're going to put all 3 of these into this video. So your first question, Mystic, how do you gain map knowledge the easiest way? As we all know, map knowledge in Siege is extremely important, and the best way to gain map knowledge is simply playing the game, hands down. But I do have a little trick, thankfully, to gain map knowledge maybe just a little bit faster than normal. So basically what you're going to want to do is go to your settings. We're going to go to gameplay, matchmaking preferences, scroll down to terrorist hunt. I always play my terrorist hunts on terrorist hunt classic. Now we're going to go all the way down to where it says villa. We're going to turn that on and turn all other maps off. So the only map that I have on right now is villa. Now I'm doing this so that whenever I queue up a terrorist hunt game, it will be on the new map. And so basically, if you're queuing up terrorist hunts every time, say you're warming up before ranked or anything like that, if you're queuing up before and you're starting on villa and you're always playing villa over and over and over again, and you're running through the whole map looking for these terrorists like this, you're going to gain that map knowledge. It's going to be similar to almost playing a ranked game, except for that you don't have the added pressure of worrying about winning or worrying about actual real life opponents. And so that helps me out a lot. So I'm just going to queue up a terrorist hunt. I'm going to run through this really quick. Well, I'll try and run through this really quick. This is a really big map, and so the terrorists are very spread out, but that's good. Like, it's going to take you a while to search through the map and find them, but in that way you are learning the map. So this is better than just going into a custom game and, say, walking around and just looking at, I don't know, where the stairwells are and where different objectives are. This is better than that. And it's better because you're still running around, you're still like finding terrorists that you have to shoot, and you're still trying to win. You still have an objective to your game. And it just kind of takes the whole boring aspect out of learning what the actual map is. So I'm just going to run in here, hopefully not potato too much. And we're just going to try and find all 22 of these terrorists. Well, now there's 21, but we're going to try and find all 22. Alright, now for your second question, Mystic. This question confused me a little bit at first, but I think I understand what you're saying. You said, how do you know exactly where your opponent is? So, for this, I'm assuming you mean like if they're like hiding in corners or they're roaming, if they're just trying to play super sneaky and stall time. That question I understand. So, how do you find, say, a roamer or just someone hiding in a corner? And obviously, drones. Droning in Siege is key. If you want to be a platinum player and you want to be at a high platinum player, I'm not just saying like you hit platinum at the beginning of the season and then you go drop back down the goal and you never see it again. I'm not talking about that kind of platinum player. If you want to actually stay platinum throughout the season, potentially even reach diamond, you're going to want to drone. Droning is absolutely key in Siege. Droning is how you gather information, intel, everything. So, first of all, when you're droning, don't just waste your first drone in that preparation phase. If you've already found the objective and you don't really need to know exactly who the operators are that you're facing, granted this information is important, but there are other ways to find it. So, for example, if somebody else's drone already went in there and he didn't ping the operators, but he's seen who they were and just called them out, then you don't need to waste your drone by going in the site and having it destroyed just to figure out and ping the operators. That's stupid. So save your drones. You should have, at the start of round, you should have 2 drones. So after prep phase is done and you're about to start your attack, you want to have your 2 drones ready. So that way, when you get into the building, you can drone in front of you, drone around corners, or have people drone you in, which is a way better way of doing it too. Now for defense. For defense, if you want to find out where the enemy is, you need to learn your default camera spots. So, as you all know, every map has default cameras. These default cameras are extremely important, especially if the attackers neglect to shoot them. So if they do that, take advantage of it. You need to learn the map, which goes with your first question, you know, learning the map. You need to learn the map, learn where these cameras are, and learn your best route to get to them. Now say you're facing a good team that does take all the default cams, then you need to start running operators such as Valkyrie, or even Maestro now, or an operator that has a bulletproof camera, some other way so that you can gather intel. And if you do that, I would say that's the best way that you can figure out where your enemy is. So for your last question, Mystic, how would you go about solo queuing? This is a tough question, I'm not gonna lie. Solo queuing in Siege can be extremely difficult, especially because, you know, Siege is a team game. It's a team game down to the root. And if you don't have a 5-man squad or even just a 2-man squad, if you have nobody that you can communicate with, the game can be difficult. So what I would suggest for you doing is either finding a way to communicate either through game chat or through Xbox Live Party or whatever system you're on. Just find a way to communicate with your teammates. And I know that not all people play Siege and actually like to talk or chat or anything like that, and that's fine. But you definitely need to figure out some way to communicate. And one way of doing this is you can use your pings. I know pinging in game can be annoying, but it's definitely very important. So if you want a rotation hole made, say in this wall, you need to ping it, then melee it, then pull out, say if you have a C4 or something, pull it out, show that that's what you want done to that wall, and then they'll do it for you. Hopefully. Hopefully if they get the gist of it.
What?
But really, you just got to find a way to communicate, and if you can't, then you just need to play either support players or whatever your team needs to win the game. So if your team needs a thermite, then you have to go thermite. If your team needs a Thatcher, then you have to go Thatcher. And that's kind of the downfall of solo queuing, is a lot of times you have to go whatever your team needs. And so you don't get to be the Fragger Ash or the Blackbeard that sits on a window the whole round. You don't get that fun role. You have to sometimes play support. And that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. It's up to you, man. If you want to win, then sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do.
They're gonna try and flank you.
But if you can, like I said before, try and find a way to communicate. And once you do, you have no idea what the randoms are that you're going to be playing with. So these guys could be, they could be diamond level players. You know, they're just on a Smurf account and they could have great knowledge, great callouts, everything. Or they could be someone who just hit gold. Like they just hit gold, they have barely any knowledge of the game, and they don't really have a clue what they're doing. So you just have to be ready to be patient. You have to be patient with your randoms. You don't want to start controversy, you don't want to start a fight, because then they're just going to want to find a way to make your game bad. And then you're not going to win. And you're going to get a lot of games like this where it's just going to get toxic. So you need to do your best to be patient, be understanding, work as well as you possibly can with other people. And if they're absolutely just driving you nuts, just try and not say what's on your mind. Is the best way I can put it. But besides that, try and have fun with the randoms. Try and communicate, try and get call-outs, and you should be fine. That's the best advice I can give for solo queuing. Other than that, I would just say find a squad, find a 5-man. There's clubs on, say, Xbox. There's different clubs online. There's a billion different ways you can find players. But if you are just interested in solo queuing, that is the best advice I can give for you.
This game is awesome.
That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your guys' support, and I'm really having fun doing these new type of videos. I hope you guys are enjoying them. If you are, hit the like button, leave something down in the comments, and don't forget to ask a question. I definitely need a question for next week, so somebody please ask a friggin' question, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. But thanks again, guys, and I love you. I literally love all of you.